Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Salad Raider here, and I'm going to bring you an online commentary. In this battle, I want to show you how important cavalry is. I mentioned in my previous video that cavalry is pretty much the most important piece in the game, and I'm going to show you why. So, my army, I have some katana cavalry in these trees hidden. Then I have I forgot to place my general in the right spot, so my general is right over here. I have a pair of great guard, two pairs of great guard, and what are these guys called again? Naginata warrior monk cavalry, and then we have right here Naginata warrior monk cavalry, and then another great guard. And I think I have a fire cav somewhere in there instead of a great guard. So I have one great guard here, one great guard here, and fire cav in here, and then I have three pairs of some type of spear unit. There's two Naginata attendants, and then you have matchlock Ashigaru, and then right here we have a yari Ashigaru instead of a Naginata attendant. So I'll show you my opponent's army. They're pretty much all hidden in the woods. His matchlocks just run out right now. You're about to see him right here. And also, it really helps that I'm right near this shrine, because it gives my guys more morale. But it's nice because it's on this side of the river, so it's easier for me to get. So I'm just gonna position my matchlocks where if the opponent tries to cross the river, he'll get shot. So actually, I did not do this in the best way possible. I should have actually moved them closer, and I did make the mistake of putting my spears in front instead of behind the matchlocks. So the only way for the matchlocks to shoot would be if these guys are lower than them and these guys are elevated, or they just shoot right through them, which is not good. So luckily my opponent did not see that mistake. He just saw my matchlocks, and then he didn't cross the river, so that was good. So pretty much almost all my cavalry is hidden. There's he can see this one, I think, and he can see this one, I think. But otherwise, he doesn't really know I have that much cavalry. So right over here on the flank, he's trying to run his spears around to cap this sword dojo. And I don't want him to do that, just because he has a lot of swords. I mean, it's not a super big concern, but you know, I don't want to give it to him for free. So, you know, I can't really stop it with anything, but I just want to act just sort of scare him off if I can. So I do end up sending some cav there, but I also send the cav there because he brings out his own cav, and as you know, my strategy involves killing the opponent's cavalry first, so you have the mobility advantage. So yeah, there we go. He's starting to run his light cavalry out here. And then I realize that, and I'm like, okay, well, there's only this one spear unit here. It's a light cav unit, so I probably have a good chance of killing it, so why not? But the only my mistake here was I only brought one pair of cavalry. I should have brought just everything. I should have just brought 4 units of cavalry. The reason being is if I bring my cavalry out that far without support, there could be a bunch of guys hidden in the trees, and they could kill my cavalry actually. So for some reason I try to keep him in the trees. I don't want him to know I have that much cavalry, which doesn't really matter if he knows, because it won't really do him any good if he knows I have a better army than him. I mean, so my tip with using cavalry when fighting other cavalry is to keep your cavalry together. So that's why when you get attacked by other cavalry, you have your full fighting force. So I send these guys out, my fire cavalry and the warrior monk cavalry, and I just walk these guys up to replace them where they were. I should have actually just brought these guys with them, and yeah. But I actually brought 6 anti-cavalry units, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know Naginata warrior monks aren't really anti-cavalry, but they're good at lasting in a long battle. So that's why I have them there. I have the fire cavalry for the charge, and then these guys for the lasting battle. So, as I sort of expected, he had more cavalry hidden in the trees to try to support. I thought it's not enough. It's just a Yari cavalry with no oh, I guess does it have a yeah, it has a couple chevrons actually. And you know what, that unit actually might be more expensive than my fire cavalry. And this guy has a couple chevrons too, so he actually ends up doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see, he upgraded his charge and whoa, what the heck, he might have a retainer that's upgrading something, but it looks like he upgraded his defense and his charge, I'm guessing. I don't really know, charge or attack, something like that. But they actually, I underestimated them, and they end up doing quite a bit of damage to me. My opponent, on the other hand, made another mistake of bringing his spears way out here. Now he has both his spears out in here, out of position, leaving his main army open for attack, which is not good. Always keep some cavalry defense near your main army when your opponent has a cavalry advantage. Always do that. If you have cavalry, you don't have to worry as much about that because you can intercept with your own cavalry, but still good idea to just keep some cavalry with you. And my warrior monks end up not really getting their charge, which was unfortunate. So I end up losing here, but just the morale is actually going to keep them in the battle, and it's actually my fire cavalry that is losing to this Yari cavalry right here. It makes sense because I haven't upgraded my fire cavalry that much, even though I think they have like several chevrons. Just because I don't want, they're a veteran unit, so I don't want to overprice them. So I actually just have them vanilla. So that's why that was such a close battle. So I end up just running my monks back because I'm bringing in support because I realized that I'm losing that battle. So right here I'm running him back. His mistake was bringing him and chasing me. So I'm just going to swallow him with the rest of my cavalry here. Look, it's just going to end after the one charge on his flank. Oh, I missed him. Okay, but yep, it's going to end right here. Yeah, he routed. So basically he lost the cavalry battle right then and there, and that pretty much lost him the game. The game's over at this point. I know it may be a little early, but there's nothing really he can do. There's no advantage he has over me other than his melee strength. But okay, over here I brought my matchlocks up to try to sneak him up, take some shots at him while he was distracted micromanaging his cavalry. He does have a better position up here, a better line of sight to my troops, which was sort of a bad idea attacking his matchlocks. I should have just brought these guys up further to attack their melee units and just sort of forgot about this. But anyways, my cavalry is running around their spears. You see, when the spears are out in the open, they're never going to chase the cavalry. They can never chase them down, especially if we put them in defensive mode. If the spears even touch them, like the cavalry will just ignore them. It's not going to work. So I can just easily micromanage my cavalry around. And you see right now I'm chasing his general. But I'll quickly change that because his general will be able to outrun me. But I see an opening on his matchlocks, so I go ahead and attack that instead. His guys are crossing the river, so I'll get some nice shots at him. I got 37 kills already. I think my matchlock's routed. Yep. Sending my Nagi attendants in to just clog them in this river. That's just because I want to get my matchlocks back, and I want to do the ladder strategy where you use the ladder and you just keep pulling your men back like that. So right now I'm pretty much gonna, I don't really care if my cavalry dies at this point because I still have more. So I end up routing his matchlocks, which is great. Now he doesn't have the range advantage either, so I have the range and the mobility advantage. Now I'm going to go after his general. That's pretty much the only unit worth taking out right now. My matchlocks can take out everything else pretty much, and my katana samurai can too. And I have more cavalry in my reserves, so they're going to do some damage. The most important thing about this is they're causing so much damage that they're causing a distraction and a split in his army. So his army, his strength is keeping everyone together, and attacking at once, but when you split them up, especially across the river right there without a support, my guys can just swallow you up, and it's not gonna be fun, especially when I bring my katana cavalry in. Let's see, yeah, these guys are just gonna get slaughtered. I put them here just to distract them, keep them there so my matchlocks can get reset into this sort of ladder position. And then my katana cavalry is going to come to the flank and try to get a nice charge on them. They routed my cavalry over there. That's fine. I don't really care. Okay, there we go. And katana cavalry is excellent against these sword units. These sword units are, let's see, do these guys have any chevrons? Well, I mean, they're upgraded, have upgraded attack and everything. And this guy, yeah. So this one cavalry unit is going to rout both of these sword units, and these sword units had pretty decent, like at least like 3/4 of their force left, and my cavalry only has 60 men in them, and they're just going to rip apart these two swords. That's the advantage of katana cavalry. I mean, obviously, I think the Dunderbuss is better for this type of thing, but I don't really want to use the Dunderbuss all the time, because I think it's sort of overpowered, and yeah, I don't feel good when I use it. And these guys, I think, are less prone to arrow attacks, and I don't know, they're more versatile, I think. Whereas the Dunderbuss, you have to absolutely make sure that all your opponent's range units and other cavalry units are wiped off the field before you take it out. Okay, so now he's going to charge his guys into mine. My guys here get this nice shot. We're going to take some nice shots at them. Yeah. Let's see. 86 kills is pretty good. Run them back. And they're going to set up to the other part of the ladder. Yeah. But I sort of messed up on these guys because I don't know why I put them in the flank here. I should have put them back into the correct ladder form, but yeah, oh well. Okay, so now I start bringing up my cavalry. I still have more cavalry, and this is a Nagi warrior monk and a great guard, so I still have a pretty strong cavalry here, even after I just sort of gave away my cavalry, causing problems there. Let's see. You see, these guys are down almost to half strength. Okay. So I'm just going to sort of create a distraction, and this is great when you have mobility, because you always keep making your opponent think about what you're going to do, and they have to protect everything. So these two spear units, he has to protect his whole army with them, and I have two fast cavalry, so you have to decide. Are you going to use them as meat shields for your swords to take on my matchlock Ashigaru, or are you going to use them to defend against my cavalry? Oh, I have 3 cavalry. Oh, I still have this katana cavalry, but I think these guys die pretty soon. I don't want to give away this morale shrine, so I'm just keeping my cavalry here to guard that. Honestly, though, you should have not paid much attention to this morale shrine, because matchlocks, that's all I have, and matchlocks don't have that much morale. So if you get them, especially with swords or anything melee, they're just gonna rout even though they have the morale shrine. So he really should not have spent that much time doing the morale shrine, because that actually hurt him a lot, because he kept pulling back whenever my cavalry tried to recap this. So he never really got a good charge. Whenever he sees charging me with his spears, and then my cavalry comes in back and tries to attack his general or his other swords, he's just gonna run back. He's like, oh shoot, I have to protect them. Look, you see, they're running back right when they're about to get my matchlock Ashigaru. That's a mistake, because that allows your opponent to that allows me to just reset. You know, take no casualties. I'll just keep doing that over and over again. Look. And then, you see, he split his army. I'm going to end up doing massive damage. I think I end up at least routing one of these guys. Right here as a katana hero, so this guy's going to be pretty potent, but you know, I do the damage. When his spears come, I just run away when I'm in defensive mode, so I get out of there pretty quickly because of that. I'm just going to keep running around here, prevent him from capping this morale shrine, and he's in a mess right now, because you have to be decisive, especially when you're rushing. You can't rush your opponent who has a range advantage and then decide, oh wait, I have to protect this unit back there. Let me stop my charge and run back. Because you know what, right here I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm just gonna move all my matchlocks back up to where they were, and I'm gonna do the same thing to them. They're gonna run at me, and I'm gonna take some shots at them, some good shots. But as you can see, the matchlock Ashigaru, their morale is not strong. So these guys, you see, they're already almost wavering. Well, actually, they took some heavy losses, so that's understandable. But I mean, it's not strong, so you can't really rely on your matchlocks to hold out. That's why you shouldn't really have paid attention to this. If he really got his whole force just to one place in one blob and then hit me, that would have been the most effective thing. So something to learn: when you don't have the mobility advantage and when you don't have the range advantage, especially when you don't have the mobility advantage, you want to keep everyone together, because that allows you to protect everyone with your spears. So basically cavalry becomes useless because the spears are there protecting your army. And yes, but when you're charging these guys, you still want to keep them together, just because you don't want to be running back and forth and getting hit by cavalry. Yeah, I still don't understand why he split his army up like that. This wasn't good, and this guy was higher ranked than me, which is sort of weird. Okay, so I'm just sort of microing my cavalry around, just trying to find an opening, keep him distracted. He's really close in capping this shrine, so I really don't want him to do that. So I'm trying to find any opening I can to try to keep him from capping this, because I don't really necessarily need the shrine, but I need him to not have it, because I realize he cares about the shrine too much. So I want to prevent him from capping it, so he always stays here, and he's always distracted by the shrine. So I get a nice little charge there. I think I end up routing his katana here. He only has one guy in there. Let's see this fight. Oh, never mind. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. I get a charge off. Yep. Where is he? Okay. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, let's see this. Yep. See, I just ran right through him. Just getting a charge off. Okay. So just repositioning my matchlock Ashigaru. This is actually a pretty bad position. I shouldn't have put it on the bottom of the hill. When you have matchlock or gunpowder units, you don't want to put them on like a hill like this, because you don't get a line of sight until your enemy is right on top of you. So as you can see, when these guys charge me, I'm not going to get any shots off really until they're basically right on top of me. So if you're a gunpowder unit, you might as well just run all the way on the top of the hill. You want to get that downhill look so you have a better line of sight, because it's not just about if you're in the range, it's about if you're in the line of sight. So I move my guys up realizing this, but I mean, even this isn't almost not enough either. So basically you'll see they're gonna be right on top of me when I get shots off. See, look at, you see. So I lost a couple of guys there, which isn't good, but I mean, luckily these guys ended up routing them, and they were on a slight incline, so that helped too. Okay, and they got some more kills, increased their morale. Good. Just gonna redo that ladder. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit because it sort of gets repetitive here. I'm doing the same thing. He's just going to fall into that same trap. I do let him get the morale shrine finally. I should have not let him do that. Still microing my cavalry, try to get a downhill back charge. You see, distracted his spears again. They're running back. He runs back again. I can't believe it. He runs at my matchlocks, gets shot, and then runs back. Just because I have this mobility advantage. He should just forget this shrine. If he already capped it, it's not going to matter, because I'll have to dismount to cap it myself. So he should just forget it and just charge me, because he spears anyway. Even though I do get a back, even if I got a back charge on him, it's not going to do that much damage, because their defense is high and their armor is high, and they're good against cavalry. So it would be worse for me if I got into any engagement with these spears. I'm just trying to go after his general and just keep him distracted right now. But as long as he keeps his general close to his spears, he has really nothing to worry about. So I just get so many shots off at him that he basically gave that to me. Yeah, it's just, when you're rushing the other opponent, you have to be decisive what you're doing. You can't hesitate. It's not a hesitation army. You can't rush the opponent, get shot, lose half your army, and say, oh, it's not a good idea, let's pull back, and then keep doing that. This is not the right way to rush. But I mean, I didn't do that perfectly either. I shouldn't have engaged his matchlocks right there when his matchlocks were in a better position. I should have brought my cavalry together to attack his cavalry, and I should have not placed this matchlock Ashigari not in the ladder position. So hope you learned something from that, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next commentary. Okay, thank you, bye. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to show you the unit statistics. So as you can see, it was very close in how many people I killed and he killed. I think the reason being is because I was able to rout most of his troops, just because matchlocks tend to scare people more when you get shot at them. So I think that's the reason why. So let's just take a look at who got the most kills. My matchlock Ashigaru got 184 kills out of 222 losses, which is pretty good. As you can see, the second place person is the Katana Cavalry, which killed 110 people, which is pretty good. I mean, yeah, especially when you're killing Katana Samurai. I mean, those guys are pretty expensive. They're 750 koku each, and this is an 800 koku unit. So 750 koku, actually, I don't know. Well, this did route to damaged sword units. I don't know, it's actually a pretty equal transaction there. Yeah. I don't know, I'm having second thoughts about Katana Cavalry, actually. People say it's really good against swords, but it actually turns out to be pretty equal. Yeah, that's what I found. I mean, unless you get a charge on like Nodachi Samurai, where they lose their charge and you get a charge. But I mean, cavalry, you just have to keep getting that charge. So even Katana Cavalry, I think you have to keep pulling out and then charging back in again. So second place, I got my Naginata Warrior Monk Cav, and they got quite a bit of kills. And with my Great Guard, I think these were the guys that were just causing havoc at the end of the game. Then my two Matchlock Ashigaru got a lot of kills after that, and then the rest comes my cavalry, and my Nagi attendants were trash, basically. They almost got completely killed. Basically, they only kept like only 5 of them lived, and they killed only a total of 14 guys. So I mean, pretty bad. But they're so cheap, and they held up my opponent's army while I got time to set up. So that was still pretty good, and they prevented my opponent from charging my matchlocks with their cavalry. So it prevented that too. So okay, let's see. Nachi got a lot of kills on my opponent's side. His matchlocks got a lot of kills, but I sort of gave it to them. Katana Hero did well, but he should do well because he costs a lot. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, there we go. So this is Salad Raider, and have a nice day.